tour at the brand new Freedom Farm map by Stevie in Farming Simulator 19. This is a early preview build of the map, or the public test version of the map, so there may be some things in the map that change before its actual full-on release, which should be in the next week or two. Stevie just wanted to put this map out there to everybody to get as much feedback and bug fixing, bug reporting as possible. So we're going to have a bit of a look at some of that stuff. I think I'm okay to load it up with all this stuff active. I might just turn off the Maze Plus rubbish. Not rubbish, but you know what I mean. I don't really want that contradicting with anything. And yeah, we'll load up the map. And hopefully, like I say, Freedom Farm by Stevie. And I'll give you a bit of a look at the new map from Stevie and what he's bringing us in this map. It's going to be a little bit different from the previous maps he's released, Fenton Forest, the Lakeland Vale series. This map was made by request of an individual. Someone made a request of Stevie to produce a map to their specifications, which Stevie has done. So it's going to obviously be a little bit different for most people. Here we are. So here we are at the main farm, main house, which is very similar to the, well, it is the main farmhouse. Straight away you recognise it from Snetterton's farm. And quick look round, you've got your house, a couple of sheds, shed attached. Got some greenhouses. Obviously, I just need to point out as well that I'm loading this up in new farmer mode. If you start the game in Farm Manager or start from scratch, none of this is here. None of these buildings are here. The map is completely blank, including the sell points on the map, which you can add yourself. So again, we've got Stevie's sheds. Again, starting fleet of equipment. We get the prone mower as always. We get the case harvester, pickup truck. We've got obviously a trailer. Nicely nice. We'll have a look at the full-on equipment list in a minute. Case tractor with a couple of cultivators. They're probably Stevie's own, I'm gonna guess. Seeder as well, which I'm guessing is Stevie's own custom edited one. Loading wagon and a Rubicon sprayer. Wow. Case Magnums. Got tanker out here, which again I'm going to guess is Stevie's tanker. Got a couple of things over here. Diesel storage. Guessing this is the silo and supply purchase point. Buying all your essentials, Odd Track, and obviously Elmer Hallmaster. Okay, got workshop over here. And he's added some new little bits and bobs to it, I notice. Some new little details. New gated area leading into your silo. Big silo from Stevie. Silo storage out. So this is a new model from Stevie. Not seen this one on any of his previous maps. Quite a big silo complex. We head out. Very nice. Run down here, there's more stuff. You got your manure. Guessing manure and slurry storage down here. That's new. Stevie's done a new model for that as well, compared to all his previous maps. Very nice. Very nice. And another easy shed here with your farm barn sales for selling all your straw and grass and hay and silage and everything. So yeah, very simple little setup, quite a big area. Still got plenty of room to chuck down a few placeables if you want to chuck down some placeables. Like global company stuff and everything. So let's have a quick look at the map. Now the map, you'll notice straight away, does not have any fields. There's basically one plot of land for 40,000 bucks to buy, and that is it. There's a little area down here for 2 million bucks, which is the BGA. So the BGA's 2 million bucks on the map, but all the land is only 40,000. And the farm is 0. So again, starting a new farm manager or start from scratch, you've got, you know, a very easy, affordable bit of land. Sell points on the map. Got a couple of different places that you can sell stuff to, built into the map in New Farmer. Again, if you're starting farm manager or start from scratch, these places are not here. Quite a few places to sell your milk and your eggs. Only the one place to sell your wool. A couple of places to sell your cotton. Of course, no animal pens built into the map by default. And again, Stevie's got support, so you can sell things like your fertilizers, your lime, your seed, your herbicide. So if you've got any production buildings, you've got your compost, and then obviously you've got your support for your homogenized milk. You've got your support for your washed and steamed potatoes if you use Stevie's global company mod packs, things like that. You've got all your alfalfa built into the map. And you've even got another little crop there, look, which I don't know the name of yet because I haven't installed it's sorghum, okay, because I haven't got the usual mod installed that puts the names under all the crops. I don't know why I don't have that in my, you would have thought in my test mod folder I would have the info mod, which puts the name under all the crops, because on some maps some icons aren't very, it's not very clear what some of these items are when you're looking at the pictures. And if you're using lots of production mods and stuff, some of the things that they add, it's not easy to tell. So I really ought to use that mod more. Like I say, no animal pens built into the map. There are contracts apparently. That's a bit weird. Field 2 has a contract on it. So are there? I was under the impression that there wasn't any fields on this map and you had to make the field yourself. We'll have a quick look at the garage equipment that we start with. So we've got the quad track, we've got the 2 case magnums, we've got the Lizard Road Runner, we've got the case harvester. That's a mod, that's Stevie's modded one, so 30,000 litre capacity on that. Rubicon, Stevie's modded one, 18,000 litre tank capacity. He's given that a bit of an upgrade, plus he's cranked up the working speed to 30 kilometres an hour, which sprays a lot faster. Hasn't given us a modded crone, although he does do a modded crone, which you can download from his mod page. Standard pickup. We've got Stevie's pace setter, which is part of his high capacity trailer pack, again, which is a separate mod you can download from Stevie's page, where he's done a whole load of trailers with obviously increased capacities. This one has 240,000 litre capacity in a pace setter, and obviously much greater variety of crops that can be hauled with it and pulled with it. The standard in-game Haulmaster Hauger wagon at 70,000 litres. Again, Stevie has done a modded has done another auger wagon. He's got one on his mod page. I think it's a case one, which again comes with quite a few different capacity options. And standard Terraflex Draper header and Quasar header. Again, if you want, Stevie does modded versions of all the headers. Got Swifter Freedom Plough. So this is Stevie's own modified version of the Bednar Swifter, which can be used as a plough instead of a cultivator. 27 kilometers per hour working speed. That's a little bit fast. A little bit unrealistic, maybe. I know some people want to be able to plough ridiculous speeds, but I would find ploughing at 27 kilometers an hour a little bit too unrealistic for me. I would have to go and tweak that down a bit. 15 or 18 kilometers an hour is fine for ploughing. Same with the cultivator, the subsoil. It gives you a subsoiler as well. Interesting. If you've got a plough, why do you need a subsoiler? Don't understand that. Surely you'd be better off having a cultivator. You'd use a subsoiler instead of a plough. The Great Plains Cedar. Stevie's modded one, which obviously we've got some experience of using over on the Snetterton Farms multiplayer map at the moment. Plants every single crop that's available. Has a 21,000 litre tank capacity divided by fertiliser and seed. It also direct drills, so your one-stop does all. Cedar. Standard in-game Rapide 8400W loading wagon. Stevie's multi-tanker with 120,000 litre capacity. Now that's an upgrade, because obviously we're using that mod as a standalone mod on the multiplayer server, and it's only got a 60,000 litre capacity in the standalone version. So on this map, Stevie's upped the capacity quite a bit. He's doubled it to 120,000 litres. That's quite nice, and again, can transport quite a lot of different materials in it, including seed, fertiliser and lime. So you can put some solid material in it as well to transport. Very interesting. Bunch of AGCO weights. Then you've got the silo. You've got the double door shed. You've got your mill. You've got your sales point. So again, the big thing about this map is all the sell points are sellable. And they're all placeables. Which means, again, when you start in Farm Manager or start from scratch mode, you can place the sell points on the map where you want. Because they're not going to be there otherwise. So yeah, Stevie's gone all in on placeables on this map. Which is brilliant. Very much kind of gives me a bit of a no man's land feel, this map. Definitely gives me a bit of a no man's land feel, like I say. We'll look, see if there's anything new added anywhere. Animal pens. Stevie's included animal pens, but they're not built into the map by default. You have to place the pens. And from my understanding, I don't have enough money to do so. But you can't rotate the pens. The pens can only be placed in one orientation. You also need to be running, if you, I mean, you're on PC anyway. The only way you can play this map is on PC. It's not going to be available on the mod hub, as is all of Stevie's maps and mods. He doesn't release them via Giants. They're all on his own web page. So you're going to need to have either the Place Anywhere mod installed or the Global Company extended placeables feature to really get the most out of these placeables. Stevie's actually already said that on his page. You need to be running either of those mods with this map to be able to put the placeables down correctly on the map. So you must have Place Anywhere installed or Global Company. And most people will probably have Global Company, I would think, at this point. There's still a few people that still use Place Anywhere, like me, because I do like some of the features that Place Anywhere gives me, which Global Company doesn't. Like the ability to disable terraforming. So we've got the BGA as a placeable. Also, like I say, farm wall sales by Stevie. So if you buy the sheep, if you place a sheep pen, you can put a sell point for the wall at the sheep pen, which obviously if you've played any of Stevie's maps before, you know he normally has the sales point behind where the pallets spawn, so you can literally just go straight to the sheep pen and push the pallets or wall straight into a sell point. You haven't got to cart them halfway across the map to the spinnery or whatever to get rid of them. So he's included that as a standalone placeable. I wonder if he's ever done... He's never actually included the egg one, though, in a map. The egg one you have to kind of download, I think, separately from his, again, from his website. But he does also have a placeable sell point, usually for the eggs, which you can usually drop over the chicken spawn point. So if your chickens, you don't want to deal with the little cardboard boxes of eggs, you can just put Stevie's placeable sell point straight over the top, and the eggs get sold the minute they spawn in. Once, you know, they're just sold automatically. And in my case, because I use the pallet mod, it sells the pallets automatically. And that's if you're not fussed about getting the best price for eggs on your map. Silos. Again, loads of silos by Stevie. You've got the one there, which I think is like, that reminds me of Fenton Forest. You've then got the one there, which reminds me of Snetterton's Farm and Lake Clune Vale. You've then got the small silo, which I've used on Snetterton's as well, near the animals, to store food in for the animals. You've got the new 4-bin silo, bunker silos. All do that, just basically take chaff and grass and do silage. One thing I would have liked to have seen, and this is something I've kind of experimented with on the Snetterton's map myself by editing some of these bunkers. I would have liked to have seen Stevie add a couple of bunkers where you can do like the alfalfa silage. You can drop alfalfa in and do silage, and also a bunker where you can drop material in to make compost, a compost bunker. So you can make, because the map supports compost, we've already seen that on the sell screen, on the pricing screen. I would like to be able to make compost and alfalfa silage in bunkers and not be forced to use like silos, Global Company silos. You can do it by changing the code. I mean, obviously it means you'd have to double the bunkers. Stevie would have to duplicate bunkers and have a large bunker silo for alfalfa and a large bunker silo for compost and a medium bunker silo for alfalfa and a medium bunker silo for compost, and so on and so on. But that's something I would really like to see, because one of the things about playing the maps in multiplayer, I do like the fact that it gives people stuff to do. And I do like using the bunkers to make stuff instead of just using the placeable machines. Placeable machines are fine when I'm doing like single player let's plays and stuff on maps, because obviously it saves me time as a single player. I don't necessarily, you know, when I've got all the fields and all the work to do by myself, you don't really want to be in stuff in bunkers and worrying about compacting and fermenting and all that stuff. But in multiplayer, I do like having those options for players to be able to have them, giving them stuff to do when they're waiting for fields to be harvest ready or whatever. Got all the sheds, which are all placeables, which is nice. Got the farmhouse. We've just got the ranch sleep trigger, which is interesting then. Can we not... Is the house not available as a placeable? Yes, it is. The house is classed as a decoration. The house is classed as a decoration, so you can place the house in Farm Manager or start from scratch. But the sleep trigger is obviously completely separate. So if you place the house, you don't get the sleep trigger. So you can actually place the sleep trigger without needing to buy a house if you don't want a house on your farm. And then obviously back to miscellaneous so you can see all the stuff again. So it's very, very nice. Again, it gives me a bit of a, well, it's a bit like No Man's Land in a way. So we've got field here. So I'm wondering how is that detected? So field 1. No, let's do sunflowers because then we can actually see the change, can't we? Where is field 1 on the map? Gotta go and have a hunt round for it now. Field 1 then is all the way on the right. So it looks like there are 4 defined fields there. Yeah, I was under the impression that this map wasn't going to have fields to start with. And you was going to kind of have to make your own fields. But it looks like Stevie's got field 1 then, but it's not separate. It's not separate land. All 4 fields are in one plot of land, basically. So if I do field 2 with Nola, do field 3 with say cotton, and then do alfalfa, on field 4. So it's basic. I mean, obviously, what you could do is you're free to obviously use the terrain tool. You could paint over all of these fields if you wanted, and then obviously create your own weird and wonderful wobbly shaped fields, because obviously all these are going to be square, but massive square fields. Again, I haven't got the mod installed, which gives me the acreage of the fields. So I don't offhand know what the sizes of them are. Wow! Massive fields. No wonder you've got like quad tracks and stuff, and you've got the extended capacity trailers, because you're going to need them if you're harvesting these fields. You've got obviously the alfalfa over here as well. Tell you what we'll do, we'll put on fly mode, shall we? And we'll go up in the air. We can have a bit of a view of everything from up above. But yeah, a bit of a hill. Not as hilly and as mountainous as say Snetterton's farm. The elevation, this map looks and feels a little bit flatter. A nice forestry area over here. But I think we've hit the map border now. Don't think you're probably supposed to be on this bit. I think that's the back edge there. Although Stevie's put a nice border in so you don't get like the horrible wall. He's put a bit of decoration to make the map look nice around the outside. So there's not a lot of... If you want to do any logging on this map, you're probably going to have to plant your own trees. There doesn't seem to be a lot of trees on this map. There's not like a dedicated logging area. And again, the areas down here with the placeables. So again, he's got flat areas for you to put, obviously, placeables in. But I'm going to guess, if you start in Farm Manager or New Farmer, you could paint those areas, maybe with the terrain tools. Let's go and have a look, shall we? You do not own this land. It's not going to let me paint it. Tell you what we'll do. It's only 40 grand. We'll buy it all. We'll own it all. And we can check. So yeah, you could, if you didn't have the buildings here in Farm Manager, you could paint over the you could repaint the concrete. And if you wanted to, I'm guessing you could probably come down here with a plough and create a field. You might have to remove the trees, but you would have the option to do so. Got the animal dealership there. Fuel station, supermarket, BGA obviously, which is obviously going to cost you $2 million to buy, but then has quite a nice placeable area next to it. So again, you could chuck on a few more global company buildings, maybe Stevie's fertilizer production building and Stevie's diesel factory for diesel production. They're quite popular mods, or even the compost factory for making compost. You could chuck in there the other Silage King, all his Silage King's buildings, the Silage King's fertilizer, liquid fertilizer and herbicide plant, and then his compost factory you could probably chuck in there as placeables. And you got a big sell point here, US mill. Looks a bit different because he's obviously added the grain bins to it this time. And you've probably got the spinnery around the back, which is usual. And like I say, common with Snettertons that we've seen. Got the lumber yard down here for your wood chips and your wooden stuff. Decorative church. Got your dairy down here. Sell point round the back, which is nice, a little bit easier to get to this time. On Snetterton's, it was at the front, right, and it was all fenced in, and it was a little bit awkward to get to the sell point on Snetterton's with your truck. You kind of had to drive around the back of the dairy, and drive along the front to tip your milk, and then you'd have to sort of drive around the back again before heading back out of there was like 2 gates either side, but it was too tight for you to come in with a tanker and turn to get to the sell point, so you'd have to kind of do this weird little circuit. And again, for people who like to use courseplay and stuff, just made it a little bit awkward. So I'm glad to see Stevie's changed that on this map. And then you got Jeeves Mill down here, which is nice. One thing I didn't see, there is nowhere on the map to start with that there is no Manure, Slurry or Digestate sell points on the map currently. I imagine once you buy the BGA, that will give you a Manure and Slurry sell point. I don't see an option anywhere to sell Digestate. I don't know if Stevie even gives us a Digestate sell point, does he? Yes, he does. Manure and Slurry sales by Stevie. You can chuck that down somewhere. You're not at Jeeves Mill. You might be able to get away with it down here at Jeeves. Slurry sell point. Let's have a quick look now at the prices. And there's your digestate sell point. So it'll take digestate as well. Brilliant. Brilliant. So yeah, there is a placeable Manure Slurry and digestate sell point then. Which again, if you don't want to buy the BGA and spend $2 million, that's a good way to get rid of your animal waste. I mean, you won't have obviously digestate until you have the BGA, but I do like being able to sell the digestate if there is a lot of it. I know you don't get a lot of money for it, but it doesn't pay a lot. You know, $120 for 1,000 litres might not seem a lot of money, but if you have quite a lot of litres, which is very possible, it can actually add up quite nicely and give you a nice bit of income. But yeah, very big map, like I say, but the map starts then with 4 big fields. But you are free to paint over that and then obviously come down here with the plough and create your own fields with your own shapes and do a total like no man's land style approach to the map where you can set it all up yourself how you want it, put your own fields in. Single farm placed right in the middle of the map. And then sell points that are placeable wherever you want to place them. If you want to do farm manager or start from scratch, it's entirely up to you. I do like it. I do like the map. Very simple little map. With, like I say, a couple of big fields for people who just want to use big equipment and just go all in. Obviously the fields all start out as grass to begin with. So it's a bit strange that, because if you then want to do any kind of real crops, you're going to have to dig up the fields anyway, because obviously they all started by default as grass. But yeah, interesting concept of a map from Stevie. As I say, it's completely different from Fenton Forest and Lakeland Vale 2, Snetterton's Farm. Completely different product. Those are more standard maps where they come with lots of different fields already on the maps, owned by AI farmers, and all the stuff's already in place and the whole layout's been done for you. You know, very traditional maps. This one's a little bit more free thinking, aimed at players who have that creative imagination to want to make their own map and set things up how they want. I like it. I like it. Stevie's done a very, very good job on this. And like I say, I fully expect, obviously, once, say, Stevie, I don't know how long Stevie's planning. I know he's taking feedback from all the people that are have downloaded this test version and are playing it, and he will be fixing any bugs that are reported to him. So I imagine a release for this, for the full proper release of the map, will be maybe a week, 2 weeks away. He's normally pretty quick at banging out the maps after he's done the test phase. I know after we did Snetterton's, when we did the bug testing for him on Snetterton's, it was a week. We did a full week of bug testing and reporting, and then he released the map to everybody. And then obviously once it was in public release, I think it had a small update just after it released to fix a few things that obviously the masses found that the bug testers like myself and some of the others didn't find, that didn't get to in that week. But all in all, good map. Like I say, it's going to give people a lot to do if you want your big maps, big equipment. Again, if you're playing in multiplayer and you've got a lot of players, you just want something simple map. This is great for multiplayer because you're going to be able to you're going to have a whole load of people working these fields, whole load of stuff. You're going to need a whole lot of people to work these fields because they are ginormous in their present state. If you don't split them up into smaller fields or make your own. Anyway, folks, hope you've enjoyed this first look map tour at Stevie's new Freedom Farm map. Again, links to the download page will be in the description below. Links to Stevie's Facebook page, his mod page will be in the description below. Head over there, download all his maps, download all his mods, give him a like. He does great work. Like I say, I've enjoyed playing all his maps in FS19. You know, really have. You know, he does fantastic quality. And all his mods, all his vehicle edits and everything. I think, like I said, I've said up before on previous videos, he's pretty much done an edit of every single piece of equipment that came with the game. You can replace all the standard vehicles in the store. All the standard vehicles, all the standard tools, you can replace them with Stevie modded versions, which give you, usually with vehicles, more engine options, more tyre options, more colour options. With harvesters and stuff, you get more capacity options, as well as colour options, tyre options. Again, with all the equipment, again, you get different options on headers. You get different headers with different speed options, trailers with different capacities. You've got, again, different colour options. You know, Stevie's replaced pretty much every single piece of equipment in the game with mods. Definitely worth heading over and checking out. So thank you everybody for viewing this video and watching this video. If you have enjoyed the video, go ahead, give me a like. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section down below. Please remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep having to bang on about this, and it's a shame I have to keep banging on about this in every video just lately, but YouTube analytics tell me that 88% of the people watching my videos aren't subscribed. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. Subscription on YouTube is completely free. You can click that button. It doesn't hurt you. It won't cost you anything. You're under no obligation to do anything after that. Please, please, please click that subscribe button if you watch these videos. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. And make sure you also share this video wherever you see fit, with whomever you see fit, because again, getting the video out there to more eyes is going to help with the algorithm, and again help my channel, or help YouTube to promote my channel a bit more, which will again help me out as a creator to reach more of an audience. So thank you everybody. I will see you all again for another video very shortly, or very soon. Obviously the new DLC drops in the next 24 hours for the precision farming, so I'll probably be doing a video on that. You can expect to see that on the channel as well. But for now, from me, it's goodbye folks. Take care, stay safe, see you all again very soon.